the prospering power of observation. And what I mean prospering to me is for you to be more of who you are. Like I don't say to people, be less you. People say bless, but the way it's also be less. And that's a command that you're telling people, be less you. It's the same as I don't say hello, because it's hell and low hell. And you say, well, you're kind of strange and weird. Well, that's considered that way when you actually are not aware of how you actually are manifesting and how you're creating it. Creation is happening through you. So then this whole thing of observation is prospering means to, what would you say, go forth with enthusiasm. That means in theos, in God, within your God self, in your partnership, and go forth and be doing now the very thing you'd say I'll do someday when the world's peaceful, when this is over, when that's over, and then, then in my next life, am I this, am I that? You know, I was going to be an opera singer in my next life because I'd thought, well, I've been everything I ever wanted so far. What's the only thing that would interest me? Well, be a temperamental opera singer. So when my body had been here, 50 years, I said, well, that's something I hadn't really done or accomplished. And I just had that innate desire to know the fullness, experience the fullness of my voice. Just that. And then hear how it works. One of my students was a singer. I was up in Washington State. She told me about the maestro David Kyle. I'll tell you, what a gift. But anyway, so this power then of observation gives you the prospering thing about going forth. So what I did was, by taking these opera lessons, I became an opera singer in the sense of not performing, but of actually singing the Puccini arias that I really liked and loved. But now I realize I really had no desire to be an opera singer on the stage, and because all of the sorrow and the misery and the drama and doing the same thing every day, but it's fine. But I got to experience the fullness of my voice, even when my whole dome opened as a cathedral, like the Taj Mahal. I'm telling you. And it was like, whoa, what's this? So this thing then of this observation is, he taught by observation. He said, watch when you would sing, when you would do the exercises, when you did it where it was actually perfect, he'd say, that's it right there. So you'd observe that. You would notice that. And prospering means that you're going to go forth to do what you want. You're going to go forth in who you are. It's not about what the money game is. It's not about what this and that. Ultimately, because we're the ones who've been agreeing to this, been participating in it, so then if we want something different, we need to begin that and do that now. It's not something that's a concept or an idea. It's something that we actually are applying and using it. And the first thing is observation, because you begin to observe your thoughts. Observe what irritates you. Observe your beliefs, your programming, what you think is true. Do your research. See, when people tell me, don't go look over there, that's this or that, I'm going to look at it and find it for myself. And I'm going to dig as far as I can. But the most thing is, you have to always be discerning by trusting how does that feel. Because your inner self, not your mind, not your thoughts, not your beliefs, not your reactions, but your absolute knowing. And sometimes that which has a very high truth irritates people because they don't know what they would do if they give up that self-abusive belief in some way that they've been taught to believe and accept out of the fear of going to hell, the goal of going to heaven. You get reward, not you get punishment, knocking us about and us agreeing to that. Now you got to watch. Where are you doing that? Observe it. Be in neutral. Before you can go anywhere else, you're going to need to observe and notice what's going on with you. What are you following? What are you operating on? Where are these words coming from and these thoughts? What have you been trained to be true and what's really true? And like a basic thing, the basic truth is you are part and parcel of the Supreme Creators. Yes, the Supreme, and I call this a Chincha Beta Beta Tattva, inconceivably, simultaneously, one and different. That means that you have both the male and the female together as one and two at the same instantaneously, consistently, inconceivably, always unified, always different. See? Real truth is not conceivable by the mind. And this is where you know. So then you start observing, and then notice, who are you following? Are you trusting yourself? What's your inner guidance? Okay. You know, there's places and people you can go to, you can talk to, you know, but get going on it. Yeah. And then know that you do have the barometer, and you do, and you know, and you sense it. But it's not the mind, it's not thinking, it's not analyzing, figuring out, you know. Then what happens is then people doubt. Observe. Yeah. When are you feeling good? When do you feel bad? Who's jerking you around? What do you allow happening? What are you thinking about as you're driving along? This song and that song, and your mind is this is you being led around like someone with a ring in their nose, pulled behind some kind of speeding bullet in a direction that is completely against who you really are. You don't need to go anywhere, get anywhere. All you have to know is who you are. They say, well, how do I know? Be still and know that I am God. That means that God is within. Just listen.